Hello and welcome. Today I'd like to share one of my favorite meditative practices. This is the practice of Yoga Nidra. Some will call it yogic sleep. I know many who like to use this as a practice to help with sleep, though, at least as I have been taught it is not necessarily designed to sleep with. In fact, the goal is to try to stay relaxed but awake, and to try to get into kind of that brain state that is almost similar to like a hypnotic or trance-like state of deep relaxation, but with awareness. With that said, I've totally used it to fall asleep. And especially on days if I'm having trouble sleeping, I know I can do a guided yoga nidra and I'm almost guaranteed to fall asleep. But I do like to practice it too with an effort to stay wakeful because I think there's different benefits. But through this practice, I'll take you through guided body awareness, breath awareness, some emotional awareness. And so much of this practice is around just cultivating that state of awareness and realizing that we are more than just bodies, we're more than just emotions, and we are both the one who notices how sensation in the body comes and goes, how emotions come and go, that we aren't our emotions. In this practice, we can practice stepping back and becoming aware of and noticing emotions with loving and compassionate presence. And we find that we are both the one who experiences this world and the one who notices this experience of the world. But mostly, I just want you to enjoy and relax and who knows, maybe fall asleep, maybe not. So find a comfortable position, and this is one that I like to do lying down. Now, if you want to stay awake and you're afraid that you might fall asleep, you could try it seated. But find a comfortable position. And as you settle in, if you feel safe to close your eyes, you can let the eyes close. And as you're ready, take a long, slow, deep breath in. And draw out the exhalation as you release the breath. And again, a deep breath in. Slowly exhaling, taking your time with the exhale, letting go completely. And once more, deep breath in. And as you exhale, really allow yourself to settle and to sink into the surface that is supporting you. And then allow the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. No need or effort to change the breath. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Unhinge the jaw. And even soften the forehead. Relax the belly. And give yourself permission to just be with whatever arises. Coming into a welcoming presence. Letting go of any effort to push things away or to hold on. Coming into this spacious and compassionate awareness allowing whatever might arise and whatever might fall away to just come and go, being this spacious awareness, and just noticing. Setting an intention to be awake but relaxed and open to anything that might arise. And we'll begin by bringing attention into the physical body. And start by noticing the toes. Becoming aware of any feeling or sensation in the toes. The tops of the toes, the bottom of the toes, even in between the toes. Noticing the foot, the sole of the foot, the arch, the heel. Letting awareness move up to the ankle and feeling any sensation in the foot or the ankle. And just noticing it. And nothing to do, nowhere to go, just noticing. Bring your attention to the lower leg, to the calf. And then the shin. Notice any feeling or sensation in both knees. And then notice the upper legs. The front of the legs. The hamstrings, the back of the legs. The glutes. And then the hips. And then notice the entire legs, both legs, all the way down to the feet, down to the toes. Noticing any feeling or sensation in the legs, as if you could feel the aliveness of the legs. And then notice the pelvis. The belly, and the space behind the navel. Do you imagine you could even notice the internal organs and the abdomen? You notice too how the belly just gently rises and falls with each breath. Letting go of any holding or tension, and just coming into awareness. Notice the ribs, the lungs, a gentle rise and fall that comes with each inhale and exhale. Notice the center of the chest, the heart. Perhaps you can even feel the beat of your own heart. And then Notice your shoulders, allowing those shoulders to settle, relax away from the ears, shoulder blades gently sliding down the back. And then allow attention to drop from the shoulders down the arms to the elbows. To the forearms, to the wrists, and to the hands. Aware of all the fingers on the hands. And then noticing the palms of the hands. Feeling the aliveness and any sensation in the hands. And the entire arm. And allow attention to move to the throat, the seat of your own voice, to the neck, noticing any feeling or sensation in the jaw, and then the mouth. Inside the mouth, the tongue, the roof of the mouth, the lips, notice the nose. Can you feel breath arriving through both nostrils? And then that moment of letting go on the exhale. Notice the eyes and any feeling or sensation in the eyes. Notice the space across the brow, between the eyebrows, and up into the forehead. Feeling awareness travel across the scalp, into the ears. Becoming aware of sound around you, and any feeling or sensation in the outer ear, and even the inner ear. And taking it all in, the entire body from head to toe, noticing any feeling or sensation in the entire body. Awake but relaxed and open to anything that might arise. Holding it with compassionate awareness. And allow attention to drop into the breath, becoming aware of the inhale and the exhale without any need to change or control the breath. Just letting go completely, coming into just presence of noticing. And notice how the breath will rise and fall, almost like a wave, rising, cresting, ebbing, flowing. And as you watch the breath, imagine that you could breathe the breath from the base of the spine and inhale the breath to the crown of the head, and exhale the breath from the crown of the head back to the base of the spine. Imagine the breath as energy or a white light, breathing up the spine and down the spine. And then on the next exhale, feel the breath flow all the way down to the feet, breathing the breath as energy or a white light from the feet to the crown of the head, and from the crown of the head back to the feet. And then focusing on just the right side of the body. Imagine you could breathe the breath from the right foot up the right side of the body to the crown of the head and back down the right side. For several breaths, just breathing up the right side and down the right side. And then at the top of the next inhale, pausing, and breathe the breath down the left side and back up the left side. For several breaths, breathing up and down the left side of the body. And at the top of the next inhale, exhale down the right side. Inhale up the right side. Pause and exhale down the left side. Inhale up the left side. Exhale down the right side. Inhale up the right side. Down the left. Up the left. And down the right. And then just back to watching the breath. As you watch the breath, we'll count the breath backwards, starting with 32. And with each breath, just count backwards. One breath at a time, counting towards 0. If at any point you lose count, that's okay. Just start again at 32. And if at any time the mind wanders and attention is lost, gently bringing it back to counting the breath backwards. Counting the breath backwards, for a couple more breaths. Easing deeper and deeper into relaxation. And then letting go of counting, settling back into awareness. Just noticing the body, noticing the breath. And then imagine that your body could feel very heavy, that you could feel the weight of the bones of the body, as if the pull of gravity were suddenly just a little bit stronger, and you could feel the heaviness of the body. And then invoke the opposite. Can you feel very light? As if you are floating on a raft or a feather on a current of wind. Feel the lightness of the body. And then back to heavy. Sense of earth and density. And then once more back to light. Released from the pull of gravity, a sense of floating. Noticing how these feelings too can come and go within the body, of heaviness, of light. Can you feel both together? Heaviness and light. And consider a time where you felt very peaceful, at ease. Remember or picture this time content, ease. Notice how this feeling of peace and easy, notice how this feels in the body. What is this feeling of ease, of calm? And then can you imagine or remember a time when you felt the opposite? A time where perhaps you felt worried, perhaps even a little anxious. A time where you felt a little stressed, maybe even insecure. What does this feel like in the body? Where and how do you notice this feeling of unease? Noticing how emotions can come and go, moving in and through awareness. And then back to ease. Picture the time when you felt very peaceful. Feeling relaxation in the body, safe. And stepping into this feeling of, in this moment, I am enough. There's nothing I need to do, nothing I need to know that would make me better than I am. Right now, I am whole and complete. And if thoughts of doing or thoughts of needing to know enter, notice them like a cloud might pass through a sky, letting them go. And if any other feeling or emotion arises, notice that too, with welcoming awareness, open to whatever might arise without judgment, without resistance. In this moment, I am whole and complete. And then imagine floating on a raft, on a stream, under a blue sky. Lazily floating down the stream. And ahead of you, there's a mountain with a tunnel, and the stream passes right through the mountain, through the tunnel. Imagine moving into the tunnel. The light grows dim, floating into the dark. And as you float through the tunnel, you see light on the other side. And the light begins to grow, floating towards the light, through the tunnel, back under a blue sky. And the raft just lazily flows and drifts right to shore, landing at a sandy beach. Step out of the raft. And walk up the bank to a grassy meadow. And in this meadow, you're surrounded by a circle of trusted friends. Safe and relaxed. Allowing your awareness to drop into your heart. Coming into the sense of I am. I am. I am a body, but I am more than a body. I am breath, and I am more than the breath. I am thoughts and emotions, and I'm more than these thoughts and emotions. Can you feel yourself as this presence, as awareness, in which all things come and all things go? Breath coming and going, feeling sensation in the body coming and going, even emotions coming and going. All in this loving and compassionate awareness. Resting in this awareness. And then slowly bringing attention back into your space. Taking a deep breath in. With a slow exhale, aware of your body supported either by a chair or bed or ground, whatever surface is supporting you. Aware of sound around you. Just slowly bringing attention back to the space, balancing an internal awareness with the space around you. Aware of the body, aware of space and sound around you. Can extend and stretch the arms, stretch the feet, the toes, and move in any way that feels good. So maybe it's a full body stretch, or just moving the wrists or the ankles. Just slowly awakening the physical body. And as you're ready, maybe even fluttering the eyes open. Opening to the sight and sound around you. And as you bring attention back, I just invite you to be gentle and to move gentle. Take a little time as needed. And welcome back. Take good care. And I'll be posting some more videos either later today or later this week.